Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames and we're back with another video. In this video guys, we're gonna talk about allegedly Diddying his wife, Bianca Censori West. Let's talk about it, shall we? Because if someone had told me that we would be experiencing this timeline, I would say it's a darn lie. Maybe a few months ago, if I heard the story, I would say it's a darn lie. Today, after everything that he has posted on Twitter and the words that he has been using consistently, and he's saying that he likes these kind of things, well, this one for me, I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just saying it's not impossible. Neither is it far-fetched at this point in time. Let's talk about it, guys, because I was scrolling through social media, right? Now, let me preface by saying this. Even though I'm about to share what I'm about to share with you, I haven't seen Ye confirming it as yet because you guys know he has been confirming a lot of things, but I haven't seen him outrightly confirming this. He does say he's into it, but he hasn't confirmed this, okay? Now, you guys might be asking, what am I talking about? Glad you asked. It is said that Ye had hired a male adult star to smash his wife, Bianca Censori. Now, ooh, that's a bit heavy. That's a little bit, right? Now, it is said that Ye hired this individual to smash his wife, Bianca. However, the individual declined Ye's offer because the individual is saying, while he's an adult star, it seems as though Ye is into that Diddy kind of ish, and he don't want to be there smashing Bianca and then Ye Diddy him, you know? And he doesn't want to get into a situation that he never bargained nor agreed upon. Can we say allegedly? Allegedly, okay? So as such, it is said that even though it was a pretty penny and a good offer, the male adult star declined it because he's not trusting of the situation, seeing how Ye has been defending Diddy strongly on the internet and seeing Ye posting stuff like cuck, C-U-C-K, yeah, and basically saying that those kind of things are hot to him and he's very much into those stuff. So the individual, the male, allegedly declined Ye's offer because he's saying while he's an adult, film star, he doesn't do every and anything. He has like limits that he'll go to, and these are not his forte. These are things that's not of his forte. Now, all I have to say is this. I'm going to say this, right? If these are the things that Ye has his wife doing, we are about to see Bianca getting a settlement from this man like none other. Because when you really think about it, nitrous oxide, him telling the world that his wife getting him another dentist to administer nitrous oxide. So you guys know that he has shared with us that there's literally drugs involved in their relationship. And when you look at the lawsuit that Cassie had filed against Sean Diddy Combs, wherein she would accuse Diddy of having these freak-offs and all of that, what Ye is telling us is mirror in what Diddy has done to Cassie. And we know how that turned out because after the relationship ended, Cassie filed a lawsuit and she received a huge settlement. And as such, if these allegations are factual, I believe it is safe to say that we can look for Bianca Censori to be getting some amount of settlements similar to that because I honestly can't see this woman staying with Ye much longer. As I've said initially, I definitely believe that she has a plan, and her plan is to, gather a few things, position herself properly, and then be out of there, be over and done with this man for good. The question is, or the thing is rather, um, we don't know how long it's going to take, and we don't know for sure, like, how she's going to pivot with this plan of hers. But it is really, really, sad to hear this. Ye is a grown man and he likes what he likes. But at the same time, I believe that when it comes to details of an individual relationship should be kept away from the public, especially when that individuals have kids like North. North is pretty much involved in social media, so too is Saint West. Irrespective of the fact that Kim wants to convince us that she monitors everything that the kids do, we know that that is not true because we've seen Saint out here, we've seen North posting things on the internet that Kim had no idea that that little girl posted. We've seen Saint West doing the same thing. So as such, you guys know that even though Kim Kardashian, pretends that she's on top of things, she's really not on. So Kim Kardashian is definitely not on top of things as she would want us to believe. And as such, it's a very dangerous thing to, for all of Ye's intimate details to be available to the public like that, because the point is, if it's available to us, it's available to the kids. And while kids should mind their own business and adult Bill's business, is not kids' business, and no kid should be involved in adults' business. At the same time, if he's gonna just put every and anything on the internet, the kids are gonna get access to it. And at this very tender age, we don't know what message he's sending to those kids. And it could be something that turns out to be like a repeated cycle. What he did to his cousin, his kids may do to their cousin. I've heard my father saying it as a young child because remember, he told us that his mom was basically bisexual. Beats me why he would put something like that out there, but he did, and we have no control over what he puts on the internet, whether we love it or hate it. We have absolutely no control what he puts out there. So the point is, if he's, just putting every and anything out here and the kids have access and availability to it, you never know how they may react or act out what he's putting out here. Because as I've said, just as how he shared with us that, he did stuff to his cousin and he's putting that out there. We don't know what impression that is going to leave on those kids of his. And as such, these are not the things that he should be putting out here because some details should be, left to the privacy of your home and the people who are involved in whatever you are involved in. So as such, I really, really don't believe he's doing a good thing by having these details out there. Now, I know that a lot of people may say, but what you're hearing may not be true. That is true. What we're hearing may not be true. And as such, let me make it clear by saying I'm not talking about the hearsay. If you notice, I was specific with what I said, and I gave an example as to what he said that he has done with his cousin in the past. I'm saying some things should be kept off the internet because his kids are definitely on the internet, and not only are his kids on the internet, there are other kids who are on the internet seeing their idols putting out these things. I do believe that people should be more careful and more calculated with the stuff that they put out there for others to consume, because the others who are often consuming these things are minors, are their own kids. And when you put these things out there, he can definitely put the kids in a horrible, trapped, repeated cycle. God forbid, but it can definitely happen. So I'm just saying, I would hope that ye, be a bit more calculated with what he chooses to share with the public and what he doesn't. I would hope that he chooses to be more calculated with his intimate details and not be posting all those things that he loves to do so much, but rather sit down and have a talk with a professional. No one is telling him what professional to speak with, who, when, where, and why, but try to get these things out in a professional setting so as to mitigate any, negative impact it can have on his kids or any other kids that may have access to social media and idolizes him. But in the meantime, I'm going to have to say his bedroom business is, well, let me say it should be his private business, but evidently he doesn't want it to be private because while what we're hearing may not be true, he's putting out a lot of stuff out there and he's telling us what he's literally into. But anywho, guys, I want to hear from you because I don't know what to believe at this point. It's, as I'm saying, it's not impossible, neither is it far-fetched, and I'm not going to say it's a lie because he definitely has posted and spoken about these things in the past. So, let me hear from you guys. What's your take about he allegedly hiring a male adult star to smash his wife? The adult star is saying no because I don't want it to be did by Ye when I'm smashing Bianca because even though he's an adult star, he doesn't roll like that. While you're at it, thumbs up, share, subscribe, do all you need to do on this video to support your girl. Peace.